Hello everyone and welcome to the Rift. Today we have a bunch of new cards. That's right, it's reveal season and we are getting a ton of new cards to look at and to play with. There's a lot to talk about today, so let's just jump right into it. But first, if you want to stay up to date with card reveals, then you'd better make sure to subscribe. And if you're enjoying the content, then make sure to like this video. And if you want to start playing Riftbound right now, then you can, using the resources provided in the video description. Alright, some interesting new cards today. The first one we have is Divine Judgment. It's a yellow spell for 7 energy and 2 power. Pretty expensive. Each player chooses 2 units, 2 gear, 2 runes, and 2 cards in their hands. Recycle the rest. It's kind of like a reset button, kind of like a board wipe, but not really. This card is hard to evaluate without full context of the set because it either does absolutely nothing or it's completely broken. We've seen similar cards like this in Magic either just do nothing or be banned. So I think currently this card just does nothing. This game is not like Magic where your mana comes from your hand and it costs cards to make. In this game you get mana energy for free from a deck that is not your hand. So blowing up your opponent's energy generation just isn't nearly as effective in this game as it is in Magic. And most of the time your opponent is only going to have like 2 units anyway. And it also resets your own stuff. The idea with this card is to play a giant unit and then play this, so only really the giant unit is left on the field, and your opponent's gonna have trouble answering it because they've gone down to 2 runes. They'll go back up to 4 next turn, but I'm pretty sure they're just gonna be able to answer it anyway. I guess you could use this card to wipe most of your opponent's board if they have like a super wide board, like they're playing Victor, but they're just gonna kill all their tokens, which were free in the first place, so I don't really think this actually accomplishes that much. Yeah, this card right now just seems super niche and probably won't see any play. It really needs something to combo with to actually like have a chance of doing something, but yeah, it's definitely an interesting card. I guess it is kind of a check and balance against boards that go like way too wide, or if ever something gets super out of hand with like an accidental infinite combo or something. This technically is an answer to that, but yeah, this card right now is just super niche and I don't really think it does anything. I think you'd rather just play a bunch of other cards instead of this. Yellow isn't exactly hurting for good removal options. It has some of the strongest in the game, so I just don't think this card makes the cut. The next card is something that could potentially make the cut in some decks. This is Kraken Hunter. It's a yellow unit for 3 energy and 2 power with 5 might. That's pretty good, but this card is quite expensive. It's also got Accelerate, so it would be 4 energy and 3 power, which is extremely expensive power-wise. It's got Assault 1, so it's 6 might when it's an attacker, and as you play me, you may spend any number of buffs as an additional cost to reduce its cost by a power for each buff you spend. So if you have 3 buffs on your board, you can spend them all for a 4 energy attacker with 6 might that enters ready. I think this card is pretty good and will probably see play. It's quite expensive, so you have to be extremely careful when you're playing this down because paying potentially 3 power could be crippling in future turns. But yeah, 4 energy for a 6 might attacker that enters ready is really good. Just that power cost, that's going to be really hit or miss basically. I think this could have potential in set and it could have potential in Misfortune as well, although I don't think Misfortune is really lacking any kind of burst damage potential. You have a lot of things that enter ready, you have a lot of things that kill stuff on battlefields, so I think this card overall is at least decent. I think for right now, you might want to main deck this in Misfortune, maybe sideboard it. I think set has some better main board inclusions, and if you're going to play it, it should probably just be in the side deck or an inclusion against certain decks. It can help you stabilize faster against more aggressive decks, but against decks that want to go tall, like Voli and even Master Yi, I don't think this card gets much value. Next is a battlefield. It's the Dreaming Tree, and it says the first time time you choose a friendly unit, a spell here each turn, draw 1. Yeah, that's an extremely good effect. This makes Discipline 2 energy, draw 2, which is crazy. I think any deck that plays green basically just plays this card as an auto include. Yeah, any deck that interacts with units when they're on a battlefield, as long as it's friendly units, I think you just play this. It's really strong. Free draw is crazy, making all of your pump spells or anything that interacts with your own units into cantrips to draw a free card. That's very good. If you're in a matchup where you can take advantage of this and your opponent can't, you can just lay this down whenever you want to. Really, they can't really use it. Yeah, good card. Extremely good. Not really much to say about it. I just think free draw is really good. The next is a blue unit, Ava Achiever. It's 5 energy for a 4 might. When I attack, you may pay a blue power to play a card with hidden from your hand here, ignoring its cost. That does not mean you hide the card, it just means you play it face up, and you play it at the battlefield. And I'm pretty sure we're confident that you have to abide by the normal targeting restrictions for hidden cards, which means that you can only target stuff at the battlefield that Ava Achiever is currently on if you're using a hidden card that targets stuff. So essentially, it just lets you play hidden cards faster. It doesn't give you any actual extra value out of playing them. It's still the same cost to play the hidden for still the same effect. You just get to do it a turn earlier. I don't really think that this card is that great. I think it's a bit overcosted. If this was just 4 energy, I think it would be a lot better. But for 5, that's just a bit too much. It doesn't really do anything on its own. 5 energy for a 4 might that just doesn't really do anything is not good. Yeah, I just think this card is a bit overcosted for what it does. It's also just a bit slow by itself because you just lay it down for 5 energy and you just have to wait a turn. Yeah, maybe you can play this in Teemo if you really need to play hidden cards like a turn faster, but you can just lay hidden cards normally. Like the turn you would lay this down, you could just lay down a hidden card, and then next turn you're playing the hidden card at the same time you would be attacking with this. So it does help you reclaim battlefields a little bit, maybe, but I think Teemo just has other ways of doing that are a bit better. So I don't really think this card has a place in the deck currently. Maybe as a sideboard inclusion to help you retake fields in a matchup where you really need to do that, but that's about its only use. Alright, that's all we have for today. I'll be posting a ton more videos on card reveals in the future, as well as live streaming gameplay and my live reactions to new cards, all throughout the course of reveal season. So if you want to keep up to date with new card reveals, then you'd better hit that subscribe button. And of course, if you want to start playing Riftbound, you can do so right now with the links in the video description. Alright, that's about all I wanted to say today. Take care.